Good morning, students. This is the enhancement of food production. This is chapter number 11. Now, in that topic is microbes in human welfare. Now, what is meant by microbes? Microbes are the organisms which cannot be seen in naked eye. They can be seen under the microscope, which is called as a microbes, which is a microorganisms. And microbes are found in all habitat. They may be protozoans, fungi, bacteria, or virus. And most of the microbes are useful to human beings. They are used in a daily life in household products, and which is nothing but microbes. Now, microbes are diverse. These are different types: protozoans, bacteria, fungi. Some are plant virus, viroids, and they are present. And microbes like bacteria, fungi can be grown in a nutrient media for the to form colonies and can be seen in a naked eyes. Some microbes cause disease and some are useful for the human being purpose. You can see this photograph. There is a colonies are formed of the microorganisms on this the agar, which is a nutrient media is present. Now microbes are present everywhere. Example: thermal vents of geysers, temperature above the 1000 degrees Celsius, deep inside the soil, under snow. These are different types of microbes are present. Those are useful. We can prepare the antibiotics from that microorganisms. The some are harmful, which causes the different types of diseases. The microbes in a food production. For example, curd. Curd is formed by the adding small amount of curd to the milk, and examples are lactobacillus bacteria and lactic acid bacteria. Present in starter multiplies in suitable temperature and converts milk into the curd. Next, microbes in household products. A common example is the production of curd from milk, already seen, which is the lactobacillus. Then, during it improves its nutritional quality by increasing the vitamin B12. In our stomach too, the lab play very beneficial role in checking the disease causing microbes. In that, another example is a toddy. In common language, it is called as a tadi. It is a traditional drink of South India made by the fermentation of sap of the palm tree of the bacteria, which is the toddy. After that, dough and bread. Dough is made by the fermentation of bacteria. The bread is made fermented by baker's yeast, which is the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It is also used in making the idli and dosa. These are uh, another examples are cake, pastries, bread. These are the another examples of the uh, fermented dough, which is used and which is used the microorganisms to the formation of different types of food products. After that, another example is a cheese. It is made by the partial degradation of milk using the microbes, and large holes in a Swiss cheese are due to the production of large amount of carbon dioxide by a bacteria, which is a Propionibacterium shermani. These are the you can see these large holes in this cheese because of the release of carbon dioxide. After that, microbes in industrial products. For example, fermented beverages are there. These are the alcoholic beverages are formed by fermenting malt and fruit juice by beaver's yeast, which is the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Wine, beer are produced without distillation, and whiskey, brandy, and rum are formed by the distillation. You know the process of distillation very well. Now, next one is a antibiotics. So these microbes we can also use as antibiotics. Now Alexander Fleming, who is the first discovered antibiotic penicillium from and the fungi, which is the Penicillium notatum, and this penicillium is extracted by Penicillium notatum, and it is used to cure many bacterial diseases. Streptokinase is extracted by the Streptococcus bacteria, and it is used as a clot buster for removing clots from the blood vessels of the patients who have undergone myocardial infarction. Now, this is the streptokinase. This is the blood clot buster, and which is very useful for the myocardial infarction. So, they can easily dissolve the clot. Next one is a Some microbes are used as a chemicals, enzymes, and bioactive molecules preparation. In that first, Aspergillus niger, which is a fungus which is used as for production of citric acid. Then Acetobacter aceti bacterium, which is used for the preparation of acetic acid. Then Clostridium butylicum, which is a bacterium used for the production of butyric acid. Then Lactobacillus, used for the preparation of lactic acid, and Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is used for the preparation of ethanol. Now, again, some microbes used for preparation of useful enzymes. One enzyme is a lipase used in the laundry detergents. Then pectinase protease used in a bottle juices, which is preserved juices. Then streptokinase, which is a streptococcus bacterium used as a clot buster to remove the clots. This is the medicinal purpose. After that, some are bioactive molecules. Cyclosporin A, which is the Trichoderma polysporum fungi, used as an immunosuppressive agent for the organ transplant patient. Second is the statins, Monascus purpureus yeast, used as a blood cholesterol lowering agent, and which is very useful for the heart patients, so they can lower their blood cholesterol. Next one is these are the all are some microbes used in a for the food purpose. Some are medicines, some are enzymes we can use. Now another use of microbes is in a sewage treatment. Sewage, which is the unwanted uh, excreted water or human excreta is there, disposal water, municipal water is there, which is called as a sewage. And treatment of wastewater is done by heterotrophic microbes naturally present in the sewage. Now this treatment is carried out in two stages: primary treatment and secondary treatment. In primary treatment, it is also called as a physical treatment, and secondary treatment, it is also called as biological treatment. In primary treatment, there is a physical removal of particles from sewage by filtration and sedimentation. And in a secondary treatment, aeration activated sludge and anaerobic sludge digester is there. In that, microbes in a sewage treatment, sewage is the municipal wastewater containing a large human excreta. It contains organic waste and pathogens also. Before discharging into the natural water bodies, sewage water is made less polluted by treating in a sewage treatment plant, which is a STPS. Now, this is the large sewage treatment plant are there for the treatment of this sewage water. In that first primary treatment of sewage water, it involves the physical removal of sewage particles to the filtration and sedimentation. Initially, floating debris is removed by filtration. After that, the soil, small pebbles, which is a grit, are removed by the sedimentation because they are heavy, so they are going to settle down at the bottom of the tank. And all it solids that settle from the primary sludge and the supernatant forms the effluent. The solid material which is settled, which is called as sludge, and the supernatant liquid, which is called as a effluent. The effluents of the primary settling tank is taken for the secondary treatment. The effluent which is coming from the primary treatment, which is again proceed for the secondary treatment. Next one is the secondary treatment. The primary effluent is passed into the large aeration tanks. This allows vigorous growth of useful aerobic microbes, and these microbes consume the major part of the organic matter in a effluent, and this significantly reduces the biochemical oxygen demand of the effluent. Once the BOD of sewage is reduced, the effluent is then passed into the settling tank where the bacterial flocks are allowed to sediment, and this sediment is called as a activated sludge. The sludge is pumped into anaerobic sludge digester. In the anaerobic sludge digester, anaerobic bacteria digest the bacteria and fungi in the sludge, and during this bacteria produces the biogas. The effluent from the secondary treatment plant is released into the natural water body like rivers and streams. So after the secondary treatment, water is ready to discharge into the water bodies like rivers and streams. Next one is the BOD. BOD means biochemical oxygen demand. It is required to oxidize total organic matter by the bacteria in 1 liter of water, and BOD measures the organic matter present in the water. And greater the BOD of the wastewater, more is its polluting the potential. Then this BOD, if greater, then the water is highly polluted, and we have to reduce this biochemical oxygen demand, so the oxygen is available for the aquatic plants and animal. Once the BOD of sewage water is reduced significantly, the effluent then passed into the settling tank. These are the large tanks are there where the bacterial flocks are allowed to the sediment, and this sediment is called activated sludge. This is the huge tanks are there. After that, a small part of this sludge is pumped back into the aeration tank. The sludge is formed in this BOD. After that, it is transported into the aeration tank to serve the inoculum. The remaining major part of sludge is pumped into the large tank called as anaerobic sludge digester. And during this digestion, bacteria produce a mixture of gases such as methane, hydrogen sulfide, and carbon dioxide, and these gases forms the biogas. The effluent from the secondary treatment plant is generally released into the natural water bodies like the rivers and streams. This is the second. This is the actual process of this sewage treatment, primary treatment and secondary treatment. In that first raw sewage is coming, there is a screen mesh are there where the filtration takes place, and after that this liquid is come into the another tank, and it goes into the primary clarification, and which is a primary effluent. Again it goes into the aeration tank for the secondary treatment, and those are settled, which is the sediment. It is for the sludge treatment and disposal purpose, which is the waste material, solid waste. After the secondary treatment, it goes into a secondary clarifier. Therefore, there is addition of disinfectant takes place, and discharge is the liquid which is influent is taken off, and which is ready to discharge in the water bodies. This is the primary treatment and secondary treatment. Now, microbes play a major role in treating the millions of gallons of wastewater every day across the globe, and till date, no man made technology has been able to reveal the microbial treatment of sewage. The Ministry of Environment and Forest has initiated Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan to save these major rivers of our country from the pollution. There are a number of people, they are dumping all the garbages, flowers, and all the ash and etc. So the rivers are highly polluting day by day. Under these plans, it is proposed to build a large number of sewage treatment plants so that only treated sewage may be discharged into the rivers. Then another important application is microbes in the production of biogas. Now it is a mixture of gases produced by the microbial activity and which may be useful as a fuel. Certain bacteria which grow anaerobically on cellulosic material produce large amount of methane along with the CO2 and hydrogen gas, and these bacteria are collectively called as a methanogens, and which is called as a methanobacteria. This is the uh, photograph of this biogas plant. These bacteria are also present in the rumen of cattle, the stomach, which is a ruminant stomach is there. A lot of cellulosic material present in the food of cattle, also present in the rumen. In a rumen, there is a bacteria help in the breakdown of cellulose and play an important role in the nutrition of cattle. Thus, extra dung of cattle, commonly called as gobar, is rich of this bacteria, and dung can be used for generation of biogas, commonly called as a gobar gas. Next one is a biogas plant. The technology of biogas production was developed in India mainly due to the effort of Indian Agricultural Research Institute and Khadi and Village Industry Commission. And the biogas plant consists of concrete tank in which bio waste are collected and slurry of dung is fed. This is the biogas plant. This is the mixing tank is there. There is a inlet, one is a outlet. This is the biogas plant. A floating cover is placed over the slurry, which keeps on rising as the gas is produced in the tank due to the microbial activity. The biogas plant has an outlet which is connected to the pipe to supply biogas to the nearby house, and the spent slurry is removed through the another outlet and may be used as a fertilizer. The biogas thus produced is used for the cooking and lighting purpose. Then another application is a microbes as a biocontrol agent. In that biological control of pests and diseases. In that example is a ladybird. This is a orange color bug is there, which is the ladybird to control the aphids. Then dragonfly to control the mosquitoes. This dragonfly feed on the mosquito larvae. Next one is a microbes in a biocontrol. Very well known example is a Bacillus thuringiensis, which is a BT. There is a formation of this Bacillus thuringiensis, which is to control the caterpillars. Dried spores are mixed with the water and spread on plants, and these are eaten by the insect larva. In the gut of the larva, the toxin released and kills the larva. These are genetically engineered plant. For example, BT cotton is also one example. So this is the microbe which is a Bacillus thuringiensis, which is very useful to control the this caterpillar. Next one is a trichoderma, a free living fungus used to control the several plant pathogens, and baculoviruses are pathogens that attack insects and other arthropods. The majority of baculoviruses belongs to the genus Nucleopolyhedrovirus, and these viruses are species specific, narrow spectrum insecticidal applications. They have no negative impact on plants, mammals, birds, and fish, and this is very useful in integrated pest management program. This is the such type of microbes. Also, some microbes helps in enriching the soil nutrient. The microbes helps in enriching soil nutrients are called biofertilizers. Then rhizobium found in the root nodules of leguminous plants fix free atmospheric nitrogen into the nitrates. It is used by the plant as a nutrient, which is the rhizobium bacteria found in the root nodules of the leguminous plants. What is the main function? To fix the atmospheric nitrogen into the nitrate. After that, Azospirillum and Azotobacter bacteria fix atmospheric nitrogen and increasing nitrogen content of the soil. So you can see in this photograph there is a small balls are present on the root, which is called as a root nodules, and with the help of this rhizobium bacteria, there is a fixation of nitrogen takes place. Next one is a mycorrhiza fungi, symbiotically associated with root of many plants. It provides phosphorus to the plant from the soil. It makes the plant resistant to the root-borne pathogens and increase tolerance to salinity and drought. This is the photograph showing the plant with mycorrhiza and without mycorrhiza, which is it shows the symbiotic association with the plant root of many plant. So with mycorrhiza the plants are with nice growth and they can protected with the related diseases, and without mycorrhiza the growth is stunted. Another is a cyanobacteria, are autotrophic microbes widely distributed in aquatic and terrestrial habitat, many of which fix atmospheric nitrogen and increase the soil fertility. In that example is Anabaena, Nostoc and Oscillatoria. These are the some microbes which is very useful for the used as a fertilizers. Thank you.